It's opening night here in Mount Pleasant, and the wait is finally over. The Central Michigan Chippewas return to the home ice with something to prove and everything to play for. Standing in their way, a Michigan State Spartans team, a team of tradition and firepower. But tonight, it's just the season opener. 2 schools, 1 state, and everything to play for. With that, we say welcome to Martin Ice Arena. I'm Brendan Hauser, along with my broadcast partner, Derek Steele. Derek, how are you feeling tonight with the Chippewas home opener just about 30 minutes away?
Feeling ready, Brendan. It's going to be a great game tonight. A lot of star power on both sides. It's going to be a fun one. This is must-see TV. Also, we're the only W2 game on tonight, so we are in prime time.
What an honor.
So
what an honor.
Welcome to everyone across the ACHA watching.
You know, the Chippewas had a great season last year, going 17-8-0-1, 3rd place in the CCWHA. What do you expect from them this year with that in mind, especially with some of the bigger seniors on the team? Now, you know, it's a big group of seniors.
Yeah.
I think Kylie said,
11?
11, yeah.
Seniors.
11 seniors. How do you think they're going to counteract that this year and not go in with the mindset of, hey, this is the last year with the seniors, but going in with the mindset of, hey, we got to play for this?
I think, honestly, they're going to go in with the mindset of revenge, anger, hunger, whatever adjective you want to use. Adjective, right?
Yeah, that works.
Is that the right word? Okay, adjective. Whatever adjective you want to use. This is a team that has not won a game at the national tournament. The last 3 years they've made it, they have not won a single game in the national tournament. This is a team that not only wants to make it back to the national tournament, not only do they want to win a game in the national tournament, they want to make a run in the national tournament. Talking to Captain Kylie Del Rey before the game, she just talked about all the star power on the team, and she called this team probably the most complete team CMU has had, at least in her 4 years here, my 4 years here. It's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to be able to follow this team throughout the season. Hey, and here's stop number 1, the Michigan State Spartans.
This is a series that has gone back a long way. You know, it's been back and forth all the time. 6-4, this Central Michigan Chippewas are against this team since 2021. That's a major thing that they've got to keep up. It's been back and forth, but they need to prove themselves. This is a game that is going to either push the momentum or slow the momentum going into the season.
Yeah, not only this game, I think if you're a Central Michigan fan, you got to start looking ahead in the schedule as well. You have Navy coming up. You have Niagara coming up. Niagara is the team that CMU saw last year, saw a little bit of success against Niagara over in New York, being able to play over in the beautiful state of New York. But if you're CMU, if you're the players, you can't look past Michigan State. Yes, you do have a 4-game winning streak against the Spartans dating back to the conference tournament 2 years ago when you beat them in the consolation game. But this is still a very talented Michigan State team. This is a Michigan State team that has had historically a little bit of success against CMU. But if there's a team that's ready for it, I will say it is this year's Central Michigan Chippewas.
Absolutely, Derek. And I mean, looking at some of the impact players for this game, looking at Kylie Del Rey, led the team in points last season. That was a major thing. And she's led all 3 seasons so far with the Chippewas. How do you think she feels going into this season with that in mind?
Yeah, Kylie Del Rey, one of my favorite things about Del Rey, number 13 in the maroon and gold, is the fact that she's a leader on and off the ice, Brendan. She's someone who's able to be in the locker room and keep all the players accountable. She's someone that's going to be a vocal leader both on and off the ice, and she's someone that we expect to see to be a big factor for this team. You mentioned it. She led the team in points all 3 years that she has been here. I don't know officially, but she has to be closing in on the CMU points record for the women's team. If not, she already broke it. But a really colored career for Kylie Del Rey, and tonight kicks off the final chapter, so she's someone to watch out for. Another player we have is Maisie Angerman. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
You know, 5 game-winning goals last season. That's a really good stat. 7th overall in the nation, 2nd in the CCWHA. 20 points last year as a freshman. That's a really great point total as a freshman nonetheless. I mean, you come onto the team, you know, sometimes you get nerves coming into the ACHA like this. Not her. She came in with a 20-point season. That's just insane.
Yeah, Maisie Angerman is someone that I only expect to see leaps and strides for forward. You mentioned it. It was a 23-point season last year for the freshman Angerman. Now in her sophomore campaign, you ready for this season? You ready for this stat?
Oh, am I?
In 14 years, in 14 U, she scored 54 goals in one season. You know how she backed that season up, Brendan?
Oh, tell me, Derek.
94 goals the next season. So Maisie Angerman is someone who knows what it feels like to find the back of the net. Her and Del Rey led the team in scoring last year. I wouldn't be surprised to see not only 13 and 4 on top of the scoring sheet for CMU this year. I wouldn't expect. I will take it a step forward, and I will tell you they will both be in the top of the CCWHA this season.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And looking at the other side of the ice tonight is another talented team. Looking at Reese Heaton, 17 games played with 16 points total last year, leading scorer on MSU. And she's a veteran to the team. She knows what to expect from the CMU team coming into this. It's not coming in not knowing, but she knows what to tell these freshmen and sophomores that are coming onto the team this year.
Yeah, I think it's a lot different to watch film and be able to see X's and O's on film, but it's another thing to be able to see it. It's like practice speed versus game speed, in my opinion. And Reese Heaton's a player who has seen Central Michigan 8 times now in her career, 3 times as a freshman, 3 times as a sophomore, 2 times last year as a junior. So she knows what head coach Chris Haney and company have in store for them tonight, and she knows what it's going to take to beat CMU. And she's had a little bit of success. She's beaten CMU 2 times in her career. Absolutely. With Michigan State.
Looking ahead, I mean, not only skaters are a major player on the ice, but goalies. Daria Rorick, she's played an amazing season last year, a .901 save percentage. That's an insane save percentage overall, ranked 12th amongst qualified goalies. I mean, that's got to be worth something here.
Yeah, we don't know 100% yet if it's going to be Rorick or Bellino in net for Michigan State tonight. My professional guess, I shouldn't say professional, my best guess is that it is going to be the senior Rorick in net tonight. 872 save percentage or higher every season. She's someone that knows what it means to play in the biggest games. She has experience playing at the national tournament.
Yes.
She knows what it means to chase a national title, and that's somewhere that Michigan State wants to get back. They want to be able to get back to St. Louis come March.
You know, to get through that though, it all starts with this game, and some of the keys to the game. Looking at this, starting on the right foot. I mean, this is the first game of the season. This, like I said earlier, will either propel them or just pull them back. You know, 2-1 on opening night for Central Michigan. The only loss was to Eastern.
Granted, Eastern beat a lot of teams last season. Well deserved moving up to Division I, and I can't wait to see what the Eagles from Eastern. They are the Eagles, right?
Absolutely, they are.
Okay, the Eagles from Eastern Michigan, what they can do. Hey, by the way, big win against Eastern Michigan in football today. What a win it was for the Maroon and Gold, being able to move to 3-2. Hey, halfway to a bowl game. Could we see some bowling from CMU later this year?
Oh, I'm hoping.
But no, the second. Getting back on track, the second key to the game, keep a level head. Michigan State has a lot of talented players. CMU, especially last season, saw a lot of time in the penalty box. Obviously, Brendan, you know as well as I do, that's not where you want to be as a player. No. You don't want to be in the penalty box, a sin bin, as my good friend Reagan Cleaves would call it. Reagan, if you're watching this, we do miss you at CCHN. It's not the same without Reagan Cleaves. But no, my point being is CMU, Michigan State's power play is going to kill you eventually. You can't be taking too many penalties here if you're CMU.
Absolutely. And kind of getting started on the right foot goes kind of in with this one is opening the floodgates early. You know, you got to get scoring. You got to get going quick. Home games versus MSU 2 years ago, 2 years they scored 45 seconds into the game. That's starting quickly. That's opening the floodgates.
Yeah, and I believe it was a 6-1 or 7-1 victory for CMU. I can't remember exactly what that was. Mind you, if you remember that game 2 years ago, that's coming off a heartbreaking loss at Michigan State the night before. I was there with my good buddy Anthony Schulte on the call for that series. And just the vibes on the bus, I remember this, the vibes on the bus after that loss were just off that night. It felt like something was off about the team that night. Come out scoring Kylie Del Rey 45 seconds to the game. You, as a CMU fan, you got to think you'd love to see that again here tonight.
Absolutely, and that's just going into it early. That's something that every hockey team from 8U all the way up until NHL, they preach that all the time. Going into some of the W2 games today, not tonight, but since we're the only ones.
But we're on prime time tonight.
Northern at Notre Dame, that was a big game as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that has a lot of CCWHA implications. Northern Michigan looks to be a talented team. Notre Dame historically, at least recently, has kind of been in the bottom pack of the CCWHA. So obviously they would love to climb the standings. And those are two teams CMU is going to see later this year, both of which I believe are at Martin Ice Arena this year. All 4 games will be home against those 2 teams. And those are teams that CMU, I feel like the CCWHA is going to be a force to reckon with. Obviously, you have Sioux College, who has to be, once again, a favorite to win the W2 title. We can have the arguments of them moving up to W1, all that stuff. Nonetheless, they are in Women's 2 still. In the CCWHA, you got to think Central Michigan, Adrian College, Michigan State, Northern, some of those teams. One of them is going to come out in St. Louis and going to put on a show.
You know, another team that CMU is going to see within the next few weeks is Navy, who the University of Pennsylvania played at Navy today, this morning.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if you're CMU, you can't start looking ahead too much. You can't take Michigan. You can't look at Michigan State and say, "Oh, these are going to be 2 easy wins." These are 2 games that we can completely take for granted. Michigan State's a tough team, but you want to start watching film on Navy. You want to start seeing what they're doing.
Absolutely. Now let's go into our Light the Lamp segment. Do you want to start us off here, Derek?
I do. So you got first pick, but I was so generous to give you first pick. My pick tonight, your first pick, who's it going to be?
You know, thanks for giving me the first pick as the rookie here. But I had to go with Kylie Del Rey. She led the team in points. I think it was the obvious first pick.
Safe pick. My pick, there is a lot of names I was running through today. Historically, this player has done really well against Michigan State. She scored the game winner back in 22, against Michigan State. I got to go with Brooke Huber. I'm expecting big things from Huber. I'm expecting a big stride forward for her in her senior season. So I got to go with Brooke Huber. Quickly, for the fans at home, Light the Lamp is an old segment we had at CCHN. Matt Ryder and myself, and then Devin, Sarah, and Reagan Cleaves used to do it. I don't think are we gonna bring back the steak dinner prize, or
I don't know.
Are we gonna go with something a little bit more feasible?
I think we got to go with something a little bit more feasible here.
Maybe a firm handshake.
Maybe a firm handshake.
Maybe some bragging rights.
Solid high five and some bragging rights.
But for you at home, Light the Lamp is just a game we like to play to keep track of the players here. It's 2 points for every goal a player scores, and then 1 point for an assist. Not to brag, I did beat Matt Ryder 3 years ago when we did it, so I'm riding a little bit of a high wave going into the season, but we'll have to see if you can keep up with me, Brendan.
Hey, I think I've got a good lead already after tonight, hopefully. But with that, we'll send it to a break, and we'll see you right back here.
Coach's show, actually.
Oh, Coach's show. We'll send it to the Coach's show, then a break, and see you back here right after this.
And I'm here with CMU Women's Hockey Captain Kylie Del Rey for our Coach's Show. Thank you, Kylie, for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
First game of the year against Michigan State. What are the feelings going into tonight?
Oh, man, I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry.
last dance, right? It's 11 of us are graduating at the end of this year. You know, last home opener, it's bittersweet against a very familiar rival of ours. So I think, you know, the energy's high, tension's a little high, but I think we're going to release some of that in the locker room here in a few minutes, and then we'll get ready to go.
First game of the season, obviously practicing for a couple months now. How have practice looked for the team so far?
It's looked really solid. I think this is our best team yet, our most well-rounded, to be honest. Been flowing really well in practice, picking up on each other's habits and developing chemistry, so I'm excited to see what we're capable of this year.
Gotcha. One more thing for you. Can I get a fire up chips from you?
Fire up chips.
Perfect. We'll be back with puck drop and lineups right after this break.
You guys go. Good teamwork.
Started killing me after that. What? And I'm here with CMU women's hockey captain Kylie Del Rey for our coaches show. Thank you, Kylie, for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
First game of the year against Michigan State.
Assistant coaches Brendan Philbeck and Colin Bishop. Tonight's official.
Tonight's starting goalies brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. First, for the visiting Michigan State Spartans, they're going to turn to 35 Daria Rorick, the junior out of Northville, Michigan. Last year, 14 games played, 5-6 record, no overtime losses, 1 shutout, 287 goals against average, and a .901 save percentage. For your CMU Chippewas, they turned to the sophomore out of Northbrook, Illinois, number 37, Blaney Flegel. In 14 games last year, she had a 10-2 record, no overtime losses, 3 shutouts, a 1.21 goals against average, and a .953 save percentage. Here's Brendan with the rest of your starting lineup.
For the Chippewas, number 4, Macy Angerman, second in goals last year with 15 goals, second in points with 22 points from South Lyon, Michigan. Number 7, Declan Whitus on defense. Number 13, your points leader from last year, Kylie Del Rey. Also at forward, Alyssa Borlas. And rounding out our lineup, Zoe Sadi. Great startup for the Chippewas here, as you'll see them going left to right in the beautiful yellow jerseys. Michigan State countering that in their green jerseys right to left. Michigan State will win it to the side, taken up, sent into the zone by Lempa. White is now battling for it behind the net. Gets poked out behind the net. Chippewas will take it out, sent up. Kept in by Pernod. Taken up now. The Chippewas with it. Macy Angerman loses it. Kylie Del Rey now with it. Lempo with it up the boards will send it up right into the hands of a Chippewa. They'll try to send it down. Intercepted by Piernot, sorry, excuse me. Sent in by the State now. White sends it around.
Man, Brendan, I love this aggressiveness from Michigan State. They look to be on the attack here early on.
You know, you're correct there, Derek. You know, they're starting quick, just like we said in the pregame, and I think that's going to be, like I said, one of the keys to the game. Tipped in here for the Chippewas. Taken back by Lavallee. Behind the net. It'll be sent up to the top. Shot in. Save.
Good first save of the game there by Rourke. Easy blocker save with the right blocker.
Radman now battling for it. Loses it to a Chippewa. Sent back into the Chippewa zone. Sato now with it. Sato sends it up. Here comes Williams with it. She'll send it in. Wilson back with it in the corner. Intercepted. Taken into the corner.
Good interception there by Leotino. I would have loved to find her to find the streaking forward down the center of the ice.
Trying to get it up to the point is unable. And Horseman will take it back at her own blue line. Borlis will try to chip it up and is intercepted by two of the Michigan State Spartans. Nahovig sends it out, and a icing will be waived. Here comes Whitus, sends it over. Excuse me, that wasn't Whitus, that was Leotino. Sent back. Horseman will send it up. Intercepted by Michigan State. They'll bring it in. Nahovig passes over with a shot. Save. Goes behind the net, sent around.
Tough save there by Lainey Flegel on the bouncing puck. Good job by her to be able to track it and not let the bounce trick her.
Here's Lou now with it. Tries to get it through, but can't get it.
I love that interception there from Michigan State. That was Larson with the interception.
The volley loses it, and it's going to go right in front to Rourke. Rourke trying to find it. Big scrum in front of the net.
And that's exactly what you do if you're standing there. You play until you hear the whistle, Brendan. You just keep slapping away at that puck. Good job. Rourke, I don't love her going to her bottom in the crease, because if that puck is stuck behind or under her buttocks, that's a goal. That passed the goal line.
Absolutely. You know, it was sent out right in front. I believe it was intended to be a pass, but it ended up being a shot. Here's Angerman to take it. She'll win it back. Tipped by Angerman. It'll go into the far corner. Trying to get it out is Michigan State, but it's kept in.
So what do you think of those new maroon or those new gold alternate jerseys?
You know, I love them, Derek. Honestly, quite frankly, I would say they're better than the Maroons.
Ooh, there's a take.
Maybe it's a hot take, but you know, they're bright, they stand out, and I think that's what this team is going to be doing this year, is standing out. So I think it fits the theme of the year.
That was smooth. I got to give you that one. That was pretty smooth.
Michigan State now sends it out. Here's Sato now with it. Sends over to Musser. Angerman tries to get it through. She'll take a fall, and it'll come out with Michigan State. Hayes now with it. Hayes taking it up the left side. Hayes in the corner, tries to send it in front, hits the post. Here's Williams now with it. Williams will elect to send it up. Nixon with it, she'll send it into the corner. Nixon will chase it and get it around to Hubert. Sent up to the point, slap shot, tipped on, save. Rourke will hold on to it. There'll be a little bit of a scrum in front of the net, a little pushing and shoving.
Great save there by Rourke off the deflection, and Brendan, that's textbook. Rourke did a really good job of keeping her center of gravity. Started to go a little bit to her right, quickly was able to readjust and go to her left. Really good fundamental save for the junior for MSU.
Nixon to take it for the Chippewas. Nixon wins it back to Haney. Haney sends it down to the corner. A little battle on the close side boards. It'll be taken out. Sent in by Heaton. Heaton sends it back over. Sent out in front. Taken by Nixon. Nixon will pass it up. Williams sent it in.
No goal.
No goal from the official. People were celebrating.
Man, that puck took a wonky bounce, completely ate up Rourke.
It's a little confusing even from here.
I'm wondering if that hit crossbar. Can't 100% tell from our vantage point.
It'll be kept in by the Spartans. They'll send it down into the corner. Radman chases it. Radman behind the net, pokes it around. Bannister and Radman fighting for it for the Spartans. It'll be McIntyre that comes out with it, trying to get it out. Bannister now with it, sends it up to the point. Sent over. The volley will keep it in. The volley will try to shoot and is deflected off of Leotino. Down in the corner now. And then end up in the hands of Wong, who will send it back up to the volley. A little scrum on the close side boards. It'll be Hayes that walks away with it, sent over to Johnson. Johnson with a shot and back in the hands of the Chippewas, and they'll elect to throw it out. It'll just go off to the side for an icing.
I was about to say, what a shot there by CMU to be able to get it on Rourke, but just a little bit wide. I don't know, Brendan. I feel like the puck might have grown a pair of legs there. Might have started hopping a little bit to the right there.
You know, I saw it spinning on the ice. I was hoping it was spinning the other way through a shot on net, but it ended up spinning to the right. It'll be an icing coming back down to the Chippewas zone. Spartans will send it behind the net.
Ooh, good hit there by Leotino.
Sent around by Whitus. Whitus sends it all the way around. It'll end in the hands of a Spartan who will take a shot. It'll be tipped. And the Chippewas will send it back out after a few shots on net.
I like that clear by CMU there. Weagle's under distress. She didn't look to be in the best positioning there. I believe it might have been Whitus, or it might have been her other partner, Lapore, who was just able to shoot that puck down the length of the ice to get the stoppage in play.
Timeout, CMU.
And CMU's going to take a timeout early in the game.
I think it's a good idea for them. You know, we said it earlier, you need to start quick, and that's what Michigan State's done. Can't say the same as much for the Chippewas. It's been mostly in their zone this whole time, other than one or two good shots.
I will say head coach Chris Haney, excuse me, does not look happy on that bench right now for CMU. You know, I'm glad we're up here. I'm glad I really cannot hear what he is saying down there on the bench if I'm being completely, holy smoke. Oh, okay, that's going into the third period. The D1 team for CMU is currently losing 6-1 for Cincinnati. Well, we have a free second. How about them Tigers?
Yeah, what a great win today. 2-1. Came back overall. It was a great win. Back down into the Chippewas zone.
Our cameraman, Trennan, is a Red Sox fan. That's why I had to say that. We still love you, Trennan.
Armstrong will try to send it out, and it will be sent back. Here's Sato with it. Sato will take it in. Up to the top of the circle. Shot just wide. Lou with it on the far side. Poked away. And the Spartans will get a breakout going. And here they come. Heaton with it. Gets it through. Heaton with it on the close side. Hashes. Sent up.
Big break there for CMU. Since the Spartans weren't able to keep it into the zone, that was Piernot who lost the puck.
Shot. Saved.
Nice save there by Flegel, just sticking out the right blocker to be able to get that kick saved.
It's a shot from Weishaus. Flegel with a great routine save there.
And there's a big reason why Flegel, as I mentioned in the opener, only had a 1-2-1 goals against average last year. She's a very talented goalie. She reminds me a lot of Lauren Abraham. Just her athleticism in the net, being able to move and read the puck.
Haney will try to get it up, and she will get it through. Here comes Angerman with it. Has Del Rey. Angerman with a backhand shot, and it's poked loose by Del Rey.
Good pressure there by Michigan State on Angerman, not letting her get the puck to CMU's top scorer.
Ends up back in the hands of Haney, who will send it over. Winters will send it in. The volley will send it over. It'll be kept in by the Chippewas, where Zoe Sadi will send it out just on the bench side. But it will be in the zone of the Michigan State Spartans.
Minutes remaining in the first period. Derek Steele, Brendan Hauser here with you. Thanks for joining us on opening night.
Here's Del Rey now with it. She'll send it up. Lapori will send it in the far side. It'll end up back at the blue line where it will be shot in.
Good poke away there by Angerman. Man, Brendan, I've loved what I've seen from the sophomore Angerman so far tonight. Obviously, it has not shown up on the score sheet, impacting the game so far here early in a positive way.
Here comes Williams. Williams with a shot tipped off of the volley.
I remember the comparison Matt Ryder used to use for Williams, calling her the point guard of the offense. Not necessarily basketball, but a really good point by Matt Ryder. Williams is able to run the offense when she's out on the ice, and she does it at a really high level.
Hubert with a shot. It will be deflected. Rorick will send it back behind the net. Weishaus struggles with it. It'll be picked up, and it'll end up back in the hands of Weishaus. Wilson will send it over into the hands of Lempa, who will lose it. Sato tries to get it up, tipped off. Oh man. Sato back with it, taking it through the neutral zone. Sends it in, trying to get it deep, is unable though. Picked up by Wilson. Wilson will send it around. Lempa battling for it. Here comes the Spartans through the neutral zone. Musser back to get it, sends it over to Sato. Sato in the corner. Intended for Leotino, but it will be an icing.
I think those are the little mistakes you're going to see on opening night. It's the first game of the year, so obviously you're going to make, both teams are going to make mistakes, even if it's later in the season. But that's a pass, I say in 3-4 weeks, in a month or two, that's a pass that they're connecting on, and Leotino has a beautiful angle on the net.
One back by Michigan State. It'll be sent down by the Chippewas again, where it'll be iced, and we will come come right back down to the Chippewas zone.
And you know, to that point for CMU, they do have a lot of returning players from last year at New Central Michigan. We mentioned the 11 seniors on the team for the Chippewas this year. So they have a lot of that chemistry already. It's a lot different going game speed versus practice speed.
Radman will win it back to Piernot, who will shoot it. Shot from the Spartans, and they'll score.
I believe it was deflected. I'm waiting to see who breaks first. 17?
That'd be Katie Wong.
Yep, 17.
Last year, she had 1 goal and 2 assists. Already starting the season off with a goal. Not only starting the season, but starting the scoring for the Spartans. Back in the Spartan zone, they'll try to get it out.
Goal scored by number 17.
There'll be a delayed penalty on the Chippewas.
By number 37, Jillian Purnell.
And it looks like it'll go against Elliot Hortzman for interference. You know, this is what we talked about, Derek. You can't start with penalties. They've got to stay out of the box. That's where Michigan State is going to thrive, is on the power play here.
11:38, the time of the Hortzman interference. And yeah, I completely agree with what you said. You can't give Michigan State too much time on the power play.
Sent down by the Chippewas. Now Michigan State with it behind the net. Lavallee with it, sends it up.
Let's see what the first CMU penalty kill of the season can do here. Historically, a very good penalty kill for the Maroon and Gold against a really good Michigan State power play.
Lavallee with it. Back in the hands of Lempa. Lempa now with it, sends it to Lavallee. Lavallee will send it cross ice. Shot! Save! By Lainey Flegel.
I think if I'm Michigan State, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a screener in front of Flegel. I'm trying to hide the puck as much as I can especially against a player like Lainey Flegel, who has really good vision.
One back by the Spartans now. Poked out by the Chippewas, and here they come. Intended for Nixon, she'll just poke it in. Battle in the far corner.
I'll be interested to see how aggressive CMU is on the penalty kill, excuse me. They definitely do have the speed advantage against Michigan State.
Here's Heaton with it. Heaton will try to get it out. It'll be poked out by Williams, and it'll be sent back down, and here come the Spartans. Intercepted by the Chippewas, and it'll be sent down. Icing will be waived with 34 seconds remaining in the penalty kill.
Good clear there by Lepore.
Radman races for it. Bannister and Musser going for it, and it'll end in the hands of Branos. We'll send it into the corner. Piernot now with it. Sent up to Bannister. Bannister with it. The shot saved by Lainey Flegel. Like you said, Derek, that 1.21 goals against average is going to be something that these Michigan State Spartans have to overcome here.
Yeah, how you do that is you get constant pressure on the net. You get constant shots on the net. The more shots you get on the goalie, the more likely it is that one goes in the back of the net. Obviously, they found the back of the net once so far tonight. They'd love to do it again.
And the corner will be sent up to Larson. Larson battling for it. It'll be poked out by Del Rey. Sent in by Piernot. Behind the net now. Icing will be waved, and here comes Angerman. Angerman cutting to the middle, unable to get the shot off. And it'll be a delayed penalty, I believe, on Michigan State. A little shove in the back there.
I believe that might be on Reese Eden. Let's see who goes to the box for the Spartans. No, that actually is going to be 37 for Michigan State.
Gillian Piernot.
Beat me to it, Brendan.
I got you.
You got my back here?
Nixon to take it, wins it back. Whitus now with it. Whitus sends it over, far side.
MSU penalty, number 37.
Sent in and taken by Williams. Williams with a shot gets pushed up. They'll call a hand pass on the play, and I believe it's going to stay in this Spartan zone.
No, it looks like it's going to come right outside the MSU zone. The call on Piernot was a cross-check at the 14:25 mark, face off in the near circle.
Nixon wins it back. Whitus now with it. Sent over. Ends up in the hands of Hubert, who will send it down and in. Michigan State will send it all the way down, and icing is waved. 1:30 left on the penalty kill. Whitus with it behind the net. We'll stop and think about options.
If you're CMU, you'd love to capitalize on this power play and get the score evened up at 1.
Here's Williams with it at the top of the circles. Takes it down, cuts to the middle. Shot just over the crease and goes into the far corner.
Good job by Michigan State. They've done it 2 or 3 times tonight, giving CMU no shooting lanes when they're crashing in the net.
Musser over to Sato, kind of whiffed on the shot, and it goes behind the net. Up top now to Angerman. Angerman with a slap shot just over the net. Ends back in the hands of Angerman.
Referee had to jump over that ricochet from the Angerman shot.
Goes back down to the Chippewas zone. It'll be Musser to pick it up. Sent up in the hands of Sato. Sato will send it over, intended for Del Rey. Won't be able to get there. Icing is waved. Del Rey now with it, loses it in the middle, ends back in the hands of Sato. Sato sends it over, but intercepted by the Michigan State Spartans. They'll call it offsides, and it'll come right back out into the neutral zone.
9 seconds remaining on the CMU power play.
You know, if you're Central Michigan here, if you're Coach Chris Haney, you got to be telling your players, especially the ones that just went out, watch for the top man coming out of the box. One back by Central Michigan. Armstrong sends it out and into the zone. Sent down by Lempa, and they'll wave the icing. Winter sends it over to Lou. Lou now. Central Michigan out in front, unable to get a shot off though.
I like that center feed there by, I believe it was Lou with the centering feed, just wasn't able to get it home.
Brano sends it out in front, nobody there though. Sent in by Vranos. It'll be sent out by Central Michigan, close to the net, but it will be icing.
Hey, CMU scored in the D1 game. It's now 6-2 Cincinnati. .242 remaining first period. Fans, make sure to stay tuned for the first intermission report brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. My partner Brendan will have that for you. We'll take a look at the Chippewas the hockey out-of-town scoreboard and the NCAA scoreboard. Big win by the football team over Eastern Michigan today to improve their record to 3-2 on the season for Matt Drinkle and company. Do not know where they're going next week. Do you know that by chance, Brendan?
I do not. The volley sends it in. It'll be saved, a little pushing and shoving in front of the net.
We'll be able to tell you where they play on the intermission report, so stay tuned. A little bit of a teaser there. I don't think Trenton liked that joke. What do you think, Brendan?
I don't think he did either.
He's just smiling and shaking his head at us. Welcome to CCHN, Trenton.
Boyles now with it, sends it around. Intended for Leotino, and she loses it. The volley now with it, into the corner.
Good clear there by Lapore.
Lapore,
excuse me.
The volley will keep it in. Sent to the middle, shot! Saved by Flegel.
I don't know about you, Brendan. I'm glad I'm not leaving Flegel taking that shot point blank right off the chest. Good save by her. Hey, that's why you wear pants.
Hayes to take it for Michigan State. Be pushed out by the Chippewas. Here comes Zoe Sadi with Kylie Del Rey. Tries to get it to Del Rey and is unable.
I think Michigan State's pitting on film right now how to stop Kylie Del Rey. They have done a great job of stopping the CMU leading goal scorer from last year. It takes a whole village, and they've done it so far here tonight.
Sent up to Del Rey. Del Rey will elect to send it up now to Zoe Sadi. Zoe Sadi from the top. She'll take a shot, stopped by Spartan, picked up by Kylie Del Rey, and it'll be saved by Rorick.
I was about to say, if Del Rey scored there, I kind of would have had to laugh there. But it would have been an instance of the broadcast. Do we think we can pin that one on the broadcaster's jinx if she would have scored there?
Maybe. Here's Nixon to take it for the Chippewas. On the other side is Reese Heaton. Back to Windhurst, she'll send it in, but it'll be taken now by Heaton, who will try to get it back, is unable.
Good keep-in there from CMU. I believe that was Hortzman with the keep-in.
Williams sends it up to Nixon. Nixon now with it.
Remaining in the first period.
Tries to get it to the middle. Ends up in the hands of Windhurst, who will take a shot and saved by Rorick.
That's 2 or 3 bouncing pucks that Rorick has done a really good job of stopping so far tonight. She has the vision, Brendan. Historically, she's been really good with her vision of being able to stop those bouncing pucks. CMU, all they've got to do, though, is they have to get pucks on net.
One back by Radman. Be sent behind the Michigan State net. Kept in by Nixon. Shot, saved by Rorick.
I'm sorry, Brendan. I cannot help dance. This playlist from the team tonight, Between the Whistles, has been top. Hey, you commented on it pregame.
Absolutely, this music is actually really good. I will add to what you were saying there. As here comes Bannister. Bannister with a shot. End up behind the net and sent out to Williams. Williams now with it. She'll take it through the neutral zone. With a shot just wide. Sent up to Bannister, and Bannister will take it in. Picked up by Radman now. Radman with a shot on the ice. Saved by Flegel. And that'll wrap up the first period. With that, It'll end the first period 1-0 in favor of the Spartans. We'll send it to commercial and see you back right after this. Welcome back here inside of Martin Ice Arena, where the score currently is 1-0 in favor of the Spartans. Looking at some of the game sheets of what's happened today, along with a beautiful early goal for the Spartans, assisted by Piernot. And what a pass from Piernot just to the middle. Some of the penalties that have happened, Hortzman for interference at 11:38, as well as Piernot for cross-checking. Central Michigan is 0-1 on the the power play, as well as Michigan State. Looking at out-of-town scoreboard right now, Central Michigan Division I hockey is down at Cincinnati, where they are losing currently 2-8. Chippewas men's D3 hockey was playing GVSU today, and they also played yesterday. Other news in Chippewas sports, we have football, who won against Eastern Michigan today, and then next week they make the drive, I believe, down to Akron to play them. They're currently, I believe, now 3-2 in the conference, in non-conference play, excuse me. Central Michigan volleyball they headed to NIU Thursday. They went to Western yesterday, and they return home next Friday for Toledo. Soccer also playing from Toledo Thursday and are at Bowling Green State tomorrow at 1 p.m. They return home against NIU next Thursday. With that, we'll send it to commercial. Excuse me, we'll talk about some more scores. They did end up losing to NIU 2-3, the volleyball team did, and they lost to Western Michigan as well 2-3 yesterday. With that, now we'll send it to commercial, and we'll see you back for more Chippewas hockey right after this. Welcome back here inside of Martin Ice Arena. Once again, 1-0 in favor of the Spartans. Derek, what do you think Central Michigan has been talking about in the locker room as we're coming back?
Score a goal. No, I'm kidding. I think, honestly, there's a lot to be happy about for SMU. They played a really good first period. It's just the deflection got past Flegel. I've really liked what the sophomore Flegel has done so far tonight. She's looked really confident in between the pipes. Honestly, Brendan, to be completely for real with you, I don't think there's a lot SMU can do. They've gotten pucks on Rorick. She's made a couple of really good saves. Just continue what you're doing, and eventually, hopefully, you'll find the back of the net.
Like you said, it was a great tip in front by Katie Wong. Like I said, she only had 3 points last season, so she's starting it quick this year.
She's 33% of the way there.
Great statistics there, Derek.
Quick math.
Quick math. And you know, I think that's something that Michigan State's done very well, is starting quick, get the floodgates open. Like we said, as a key to the game, they got started really quick. And they've been moving constantly and just passing the puck really often. And I think that's what's getting CMU, is Michigan State's passes are tape to tape almost every time. And Central, they've had some of those passes that are a little out in front, which will result in the icings and come back to their zone.
Yeah, I think CMU, if there's one thing that they can improve on, and if I know Chris Haney as well as I do, this is my 4th year working with the team. By the way, we didn't give you your official welcome to CCHN. Welcome to CCHN, Brendan.
Thank you, Derek.
Loving, dysfunctional family that we are here. But going back to my point, I know that's something Chris Haney talked about in the locker room in the intermission. It's just getting crisper on those passes. And honestly, that's really the one critique I have for CMU coming out for the next 20 minutes.
Absolutely, and honestly, like you said, there's not much more they can do. Those passes, if they're tape to tape, it results in a few Chippewas breakaways that could have resulted in goals. But instead, we're just slightly ahead or slightly behind them, and it ends up getting back into the hands of Michigan State.
Yeah, I think CMU had 6 or 7 really good scoring chances there in the first period. Just they haven't been able to capitalize on them so far tonight.
One more score update from the Division I men's team. It's 9-2 now in favor of Cincinnati in the 3rd period. As both teams get ready to come out, we're also going to get ready. And honestly, there's not much more to be said. Michigan State's had one heck of a start to their season, and I think Central Michigan just now needs to play kind of catch up in the next 2 to get back to where they want to start.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, I remember. It's a new period. If you're CMU, you have to think of this as a fresh 20 minutes. It's a 0-0 game. What are you two laughing about?
Nothing, Derek. We got you. We back you wholeheartedly. Absolutely.
Hey, at least I wasn't Ryan Donnelly, and I didn't say those 2 beloved words from Ryan Donnelly.
Absolutely. And you know, I've played hockey for 10 years, and that's something that every coach talks about. If you're going into a new period, it's a new game. Think about it that way. That's how you're going to get going. That's how you got to start quick. As the officials come back out on the ice, both teams will. Now switching sides, you'll see Michigan State in their green jerseys going left to right, and now Central Michigan in their yellow going right to left.
You know what jerseys? We talked about this in the first period. You know what jerseys I think are my favorite ones?
What is
the,
that?
Like script letter, the D1, the like script letter white ones. Those are clean.
Absolutely. You know, jerseys are such an underrated part of a team. You know, there's that old expression: you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yep.
And I think that's got something to do with it, honestly. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good.
So you got any predictions for the second period coming up here, Brendan?
Honestly, this is a hard game to predict, in my opinion. Looking at some of the past few years, it's 6-4 since 2021, and it's been back and forth. So this, in my opinion, is a hard game to predict. But I do believe that the Chippewas are hopefully going to have a quick start.
By the way, it's 10-2 Cincinnati in the D1 game now. Both teams have taken the ice. We are moments away from starting period number dos.
Great Spanish there, Derek. A little language lesson. Angerman wins it back. Lepori tries to get it. It'll end up in the hands of Michigan State. Heaton pushes it low. And it ends up back in the hands of Heaton, who will send it out in front. Picked up by the Chippewas, and here they come. Sent back in by Michigan State. It'll be delayed offsides, waved off. Sent around to Del Rey. Del Rey unable to stop it, and sent back in. Battle along the boards now.
And this is what Michigan State did a really good job of in the first period, Brendan, is they did a really good job of keeping the puck off the stick of the CMU players and keeping them pinned in their own zone.
Here's Del Rey now with it. Tries to take a shot, deflected off a Michigan State player.
And of course, as soon as I say that, CMU escapes their own zone.
Here comes Larson with it. Excuse me, it wasn't Larson. It was Heaton. Heaton with a shot was saved. Chippewas regained control. Zoe Sadi with a shot from the blue line. Tipped into the corner. Lempa with it through the neutral zone. Across the blue line with a shot just wide and over the net. Net's off. They'll waive the goal, saying the net was off too soon.
Net came off this morning, sir. No goal. Good. Correct call from the referee. And if you're a Michigan State, that has to be a little bit of a backbreaker there. You had CMU on their toes. Or on their heels, excuse me. Wrong part of the foot.
Laney Flegel was a little bit outside on the right side of the net, and I believe that's why the net was pushed off. And luckily it was pushed off and the play was stopped. CMU sends it around. In the hands of Williams, and Williams will send it around. Windhurst now with it, taps it up. Stopped by Hubert. Hubert now with it, sends it back to Windhurst. Windhurst will elect to send it around to Hortzman. Hortzman now with it. Hortzman will take it into the zone, and they'll call off sides.
CMU able to get a line change off. Michigan State keeping the same 5 skaters on the ice. Looked to me, Radman wanted to go off for a change for a second, and her head coach waved her right back onto the ice, saying, "Nope, your shift is not done yet."
Nixon to take it for the Chippewas, as well as Radman on the other side. Williams with it. Poked forward behind the net. Nixon sends it down into the corner. Lempa turns, tries to get it out, and it will be poked out. Sato will send it down, and it will be icing, coming back to the Chippewa zone.
Late icing call there from the referee. Personally, I thought she was right in front of the red line, but you know what? The referees have a better angle than we do.
You know, I think it was just those 6 or 7 inches that she was behind the red line, and I think that's what officially made the decision in the ref's mind. Hayes to take it. She'll win it back. Sent in by Wilson, and up in the hands of the Chippewas.
CMU's got a 2-on-2 going the other way now. Good job by Michigan State to get back.
Williams with it, behind the net. Delayed penalty, looks like it's going to go against the Spartans. And I believe
Trip.
it'll be a tripping on number 18, Chloe Wilson.
So the first power play of the period will go to the Chippewas, 0 for 1 on the man advantage.
17:02 left in the period. Here's Angerman to take it. She'll try to win it back, but is unable. Sent in. Lepori back to get it.
And a two penalty, number 18, Chloe Wilson, 2 minutes for tripping.
Sent around to Del Rey. She'll elect to take it up.
Good communication there on the penalty kill from the Spartans. I really like what Ellie Johnson was doing there, calling out who's got which player.
Sato now with it. Gets poked out. Sato will turn around and shoot. Kept in. Now Sato back with it. Sends it down into the corner. Angerman with it in the corner. Brings it up. Pass across. Shot. Save. Shot again. Scores. Del Rey. Off the cleaning up in the middle. 2 shots. Angerman with the initial pass in the middle.
We've talked about it with CMU. You cannot let this Michigan State. You can't let this Michigan State power play going. But I'm going to say the same thing for the Spartans. You can't let this Chippewa power play get going. And that one ended up proving costly for the Spartans.
CMU goal scored by number 13, Kylie Del Rey. Assisted by number 4, Maisie Angerman. And number 18, Zoe Sadi.
Angerman and Saudi with the assist there on the Del Rey goal. And that's something we're going to see for CMU a lot here tonight. Or this season, excuse me.
One back by Michigan State. It'll be sent to round. Ends up in the hands of Armstrong. Armstrong will end up losing it. Tries to get it out. It'll get through the feet of Windhurst. Hortzman will send it up back in the hands of the Spartans. Windhurst now with it. Sends it up and it gets out. Lou now with it, sends it over. Armstrong with it, pass out in front. Gets up to Hortzman. Hortzman with a slap shot. Rebound, just wide.
Good, beautiful scoring chance there for Kiana Lou with her first CMU goal. Just wasn't able to put it past a diving Rorick. And another really good shot there from Lou.
Will be sent down by Michigan State, and it'll end up being icing, and it'll come back to their zone. 14:50 remaining in the period. McIntyre to take it. Ends up in the hands of the Spartans. A lot of pressure. McIntyre pushes it out front. It's tipped out by the Spartans. There'll be a race in the neutral zone. Whitus with it. Skating through the defensive zone. Will elect to take it herself. Delayed penalty. Looks like it'll go against the Spartans for tripping. And it will go against Maggie Lempa, the freshman from Chicago.
Second penalty of the period for the Spartans. This one coming at the 5:30 mark.
Derek, if you're Coach Dave Williamson of the Spartans, what are you saying to your players right now? After two penalties, one just resulted in a goal. What are you saying?
play with your heads up. Just be smart with what you're doing.
And
I
the
think
penalty,
just
number 55,
Michigan
Maggie
State's
Lefebvre,
making a lot of
2 minutes for
mini
Chippewas.
mistakes, and sometimes they just catch up on you, and that's what's happening to the Spartans right now.
Williams with it, sent over to Lepori. Lepori with it. Sent down, intended for Williams, and it'll go just into the corner where it will be sent out by Piernot all the way down.
I really like that pass from Lepori, who just wasn't able to connect with Williams. Really good vision from Lepori. Just execution was not there. And that's a pass, Brendan. We talked about it in the first period, that I think as the season goes, the team's going to be able to start connecting on those.
Nixon behind the net to get it. Takes it into the corner. Sent up to Lepori. Lepori will elect to shoot it just wide. Rebound, shot. Rebound again, out in front, no good.
Beautiful shot there by Gabby Nixon. Just lifts the puck a little bit too high. Wasn't able to pin it past Rourke, who she had beat. Beautiful setup there from CMU.
Battle at the blue line as well as in front of the net. Williams will come away with it. Out in front to Nixon, shot. Save. Another shot. Ref will wave it off. A great few shots there from the Chippewas.
This is exactly what I'm talking about with CMU. You want to keep Daria Rourke under constant pressure. That's where she tends to make the most mistakes. We've seen it from her on the last couple scoring opportunities for the Chippewas. They just have not been able to keep it up. Brendan, this power play from CMU, knock on wood, has looked really good so far. They just haven't found something to capitalize on yet.
Angerman to take it for the Chippewas.
Rourke had to retire a skate there. Hey, it happens. Sometimes the skate comes untied.
13:06 remaining in the period. One back by Angerman. Shot from Del Rey. Saved by Rourke. They'll come back to the same face-off dot.
32 seconds remaining on the Chippewa power play. 1 for 2 on the night is CMU.
Michigan State will try to get it out. Ends up in the hands of Angerman. Up to Sato. Sato with a shot. In the feet of the Chippewas. Rebound. Del Rey tries to get it. Is unable to end up back in the hands of Sato. Sato now with it in the neutral zone.
On that last attack, Sato had Neusser wide open at the top point.
Sato tries to send it over but is unable. Here's Angerman into the corner. Shot from the goal line. Is unable to get it. Five on five now. Heaton with a shot just over the net. Sent up to Del Rey. Del Rey sends it up to Sadi. Zoe Sadi now with it through the neutral zone. Takes a shot from the blue line. Rourke will send it down into the corner. Line change for the Chippewas. Johnson will send it up, but it'll end up in the hands of Borlas. Borlas and Sato now with it, battling. Johnson sends it back up again. Delayed penalty now on the Chippewas. Looks like it's going to go against number 15, Alyssa Borlas.
I believe it's a boarding call on Borlas. I have to wait to see the official call from the public address announcer here at Martin.
11:42 remaining in the period. Now 2 minutes on the board for Michigan State on a power play.
Michigan State 0 for 1 on the power play here so far tonight.
CMU back with it, sends it out. They'll try to get it down. Williams will try to get it, and Rourke will cover it. It'll be a face-off in the zone. Another shot on Rorik, and it'll come right back to the same face-off dot. Line change for the Spartans. It'll be Nixon to take it for the Chippewas.
1:43 remaining on the power play for the Spartans. Trying to reclaim a lead here after Delray knotted it at 1.
Lepori tries to get it out and is successful in doing so. Sent up, tries to get it tipped in but is unable. The volley will send it in and it'll be icing.
Crucial mistake there from the Spartans. That goes from an offensive face-off all the way back down into your zone.
You know, it looks like we've kind of had a flip in what happened from the first period, where it's the Chippewas making some very crisp passes and the Spartans leading just a little bit, just a little too far in front. One back for the Chippewas. Spartans will regain possession, take it around.
I'll be really interested to see how aggressive CMU is when they have the puck in their own zone, or in the offensive zone, excuse me, on the penalty kill. Do they just try and kill the penalty, or do they try and get a shorthanded goal?
Sent in by the Chippewas, icing's waved. Kashyap taken down on the far side.
Referee had to go pick up some paraphernalia over from the where Kashyap got taken to the boards.
Stoppage in play from Flegel.
Okay, maybe Riggins wearing off on me a little bit more than I thought, saying words like paraphernalia.
It's big vocabulary though.
I was going to say, is that the CCHN word of the day there?
I think it's gotta be. Paraphernalia. Paraphernalia. I'm even struggling to say it now. Redmond to take it for Michigan State. Loses it though. Lepori will send it up to the point. Sent down by Michigan State. Back up. Shot just wide. It'll be picked up by Flegel for a stoppage of play.
Another good song from the game day playlist.
Redmond again to take it for Michigan State.
16 seconds remaining on the Spartan power play. Face off won by the Chippewas.
Sent up. Michigan State now with it at the point. Sends over. With a shot just wide, Flegel will try to grab it and is unable. Vranos now with it. 5-on-5, full strength. Sent down to Radman. Now Radman sends it back over to Bannister. Bannister with a shot just wide. Chippewas finally getting it out. Here comes Angerman. Angerman with it, sent over. Del Rey unable to get the puck down, and she sends it back around.
Puck hop just over Delray's stick.
Angerman tries to get out in front. It's unable, and Radman will take it with her through the neutral zone. Radman with a shot is tipped just wide. Del Rey battling it for it on the far side. Del Rey with it, sends it around to Horseman. We'll send it up to Angerman. Angerman with it. Sent up to Del Rey. Into the offensive zone, Del Rey with a little move there, sent out in front, nobody's there though. Lampa sends it out. Horseman will send it in, and two Chippewas will chase it. Windhurst will send it over and get it into the offensive zone, where it will end up back in the hands of Windhurst, who will try to get it up, is unable. Going back in with the Spartans. Windhurst through the middle, directly to Larson. Larson sends it over. Weishaus now with it. Weishaus out and around. Battle along the boards. Horseman now with it. Sent over to Lou. Lou now through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Along the hash marks. Sends it around into the hands of Armstrong. Armstrong battling for it along the boards. Sato pokes it into the corner, where McIntyre will battle for it. And here come the Spartans. Weishaus stops and is able to keep it in. Big battle along the far side of the boards.
Ooh, good poke away there from Sato.
Leotino now tries to get it to McIntyre, is unable. Sato pokes it forward, but into the hands of Borlas. Borlas now with it. In the corner now. Herbst now with it, taking it up, is lost to the Chippewas. McIntyre sends it around Michigan State. The ref will signal for icing and it'll come back down to the Chippewas zone.
6:03 remaining second period. Fans, make sure to stay tuned to the second intermission report brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. We'll have the professional out-of-town scoreboard, Michigan State. Oh my goodness. The Red Wings with the tough loss at the hands of the Buffalo Sabres earlier today. Plus the Spirit in action against the, I believe it's the Gulf Storm.
Sent around by Michigan State. They'll send it back down. Sato now with it behind the net, battling for it. Now McIntyre walks away with it. Sent up. Shot in by Johnson. Williams racing for it with Johnson. There'll be a battle along the far side. Williams now holding off two Spartans as reinforcements arrive. Radman tries to get it around. Johnson will send it around. Picked up again by the Chippewas. Williams battling for it. Nixon comes in. Spartans will try to get it out. Whitus will keep it in. Try to send it to the far side, is unable. Volley now with it. Far side, elects to take it behind the net. Sent out in front, kept in by Piernot. Whitus sends it around, back into the hands of Piernot, who will send it back down behind the net. Weishaus back behind now. Here comes Williams now through the neutral zone. Passed over to Nixon. Nixon out in front. Shot saved by Rorik. Spartans will walk away with it. And here they come the other way. Bannister with a shot. Deflected wide.
I love the communication both teams are having on defense here tonight. You just hear, even from up here in the mezzanine level, you can hear just the yelling and the communication from both teams.
3:55 remaining in the period.
By the way, I don't think that there's any sound better in any sports than a puck hitting a stick.
Shot scores! Maisie Angerman with the shot from the top of the circles, top shelf, beating Daria Rorick right over the shoulder, putting the Chippewas up 2-1 with 3:44 remaining in the second period.
At the 16-16 mark, Angerman with the goal, and we talked about it in the pregame show, Brendan. Maisie Angerman liking the back of the net. She is very familiar with it and able to give the Chippewas a 2-1 lead here. Her first goal of the season. And very fitting that it's the two leading scorers from last year, Angerman and Delray, being the two goal scorers here so far tonight.
Offsides now as it'll be brought out.
I believe Saudi might have had another assist on that goal, waiting for the official announcement from the scoring booth.
Angerman wins it back.
Goal scored by number 4, Maisie Angerman.
Angerman now with it, sends it over. Hortzman now with it, sends it up. Saudi tips it in.
Sorry, it's Hortzman and Windhurst with the 2 assists.
Angerman with it in the corner. Sent up. Hortzman now with it, sends it back into the corner. To Angerman. Angerman out in front, shot! Just deflected high off of Rorick.
And that assist from Hortzman is her first CMU point. So big shout out to Hortzman with her first point being an assist on the Angerman goal.
Zoe Saudi on the one-on-one. Shot. Deflected wide by Vranos.
Hortzman, the freshman out of Westfield, Indiana. Man, what a beautiful state Indiana is. I've only seen pictures though, Brendan. Always would love to go one day. Maybe take a trip to Indianapolis.
Delayed penalty on the play now. I'll go against the Chippewas. Believe it's going to be on Emily Muser for tripping, and it will end up going against Emily Muser for tripping. 2:11 left in the period. Still 2-1.
It's crazy, Brendan. It's almost like you're a referee. You got that call perfectly correct. See, I can be funny when I want to be.
Sent out by the Chippewas, full length of the ice.
Emily Musser, 2 minutes for tipping.
A volley to take it. Pressure from Williamson. Williams. Poked away by Williams, but the Spartans regained possession. Taking it into the offensive zone behind the net now. Well, the pass is a shot out in front, shot just wide.
I love that anticipation there from Lainey Flegel being on the right side of the net. Saw the wide open skater on the left side, was able to adjust just in time with the shot that went wide.
Williams will send it out right into the hands of Nixon. Nixon now trying to get it out. It'll be held on by Rorick.
Man, I love the pressure CMU's applying on the penalty kill. That's probably 4 or 5 times that Rorick has had to cover up the puck.
1:06 remaining in the penalty kill for the Chippewas, and 1:17 remaining in the period. Excuse me.
There we go. I knew you'd get the word out eventually.
Shot from the Chippewas just wide. Kashyap will send it around. Vranos will send it up
1 minute remaining
into
in
the hands of
second
Bannister.
period.
Bannister into the corner now, chasing it and ends up getting it. Tries to get it out in front. Is stopped. We pass to Flegel, who will stop it for a stoppage of play.
I really like that decision there from Cash App, just kind of dinking the puck to Flegel there to get the cover up and the stop in play. Also, though, getting the puck out of harm's way.
Absolutely, I think that's something this Chippewas team needs to do. And they've continued to make great passes throughout this whole period. One back by the Chippewas. Sent around by Borlas. Radman now with it, sends it up. Johnson back to Radman. Ends up in the hands of Hayes. Hayes now with it. Poked away, Hayes regains possession down to Radman. Radman now up to Johnson.
10 seconds remaining on the penalty kill.
Back to even strength now as the Chippewas poke it out. Here's Del Rey, pokes it up. Shot from the blue line as the period ends. That'll wrap up the second period. Chippewas scoring 2 goals in the period to put them up 2-1. We'll see you after a quick commercial break for the second intermission report.
Second intermission report brought to you by CMUWomen'sHockey.com. Derek Steele with you. It is a 2-1 CMU lead going into period number 3. Goals coming from Maisie Angerman and Kylie Del Rey. Assist from the Del Rey goal were Angerman and Saudi. On the Angerman goal, it was... There we go. On the Angerman goal, it was Hortzman with her first CMU point, and then Kaylee Windhurst with the second assist. to make it 2-1 CMU lead. If you're the Chippewas, you have to feel good coming into the third period. You're up. You were able to regain a lot of momentum through the last 20 minutes, and you have to be in a good spot, especially with Lainey Flegel between the pipes for the Maroon and Gold. Penalties in the second period. Wilson had a trip. Lempa had a trip for the Spartans. Borlis with a boarding and Muser with a trip. The only power play goal coming from Del Rey off the Wilson trip. CMU is 1 for 4 now tonight on the power play. MSU is 1 for 3. Taking a look at the professional out-of-town scoreboard, the Grand Rapids Griffins are not in action tonight as they kick off the regular season on October 10th down in Texas, a 2-game series against the Stars, the team that they saw in the playoffs last year on 10th and 11th. You can see that one on AHL TV on Flow Hockey or listen to it on Wood Radio 1300. Spirit are in action tonight against the Guelph Storm. That game dropped at 7 p.m. It is currently 5-2 Storm in the second period, I believe. You can see that one on CHL TV or 100.5 WSGW in the Saginaw area. The Red Wings continue their preseason action in Buffalo earlier today, losing 5-2. Marco Kasper and Patrick Kane having the 2 goals for the Red Wings as they dropped to 2-2 in the preseason. They will host Pittsburgh on Monday for a preseason game. The regular season kicks off for them October 2nd in Toronto. Good news for the Tigers. For Tigers fans, they were able to clinch at least, at a very minimum, a wild card spot with a victory over the Boston Red Sox down in Boston. Well, not technically down, east in Boston, Massachusetts, with a 2-1 victory against the Red Sox. They have Tarek Skubal on the mound tomorrow afternoon for the season cap. And even better news for Tigers fans, the Guardians are currently tied at last check 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th against the Texas Rangers. Tigers need to win tomorrow, or they need a Cleveland loss to be able to clinch their first AL Central pennant in the last 10 years. It's been since 2015 since the Tigers have won an American League Central pennant. I was 11 years old when that happened. Lions are in action tomorrow at 1 p.m. against the Cleveland Browns. Man, what a win it was for the Lions down in Baltimore Monday night in front of the national audience. Jared Goff looking about as good as Jared Goff can look. Jamison Williams with a couple of good catches. Amon-Ra St. Brown with a little bit of a shimmy, I guess if that's what you want to call it, as a first down celebration. Getting a little bit of original there. And man, the defense, Muhammad coming up with multiple sacks, 7 sacks on Lamar Jackson for the Lions as they will play host to the Cleveland Browns before heading out to Cincinnati next Sunday to play the Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals. Michigan and Michigan State on their bye week. Central Michigan, as we mentioned, with a huge win against Eastern Michigan to make them 1-0 in MAC play and 3-2 overall. Well, third period action coming right up for you. Brendan Hauser will have that call for you right after this break.
Welcome back here to Martin Ice Arena. 2-1 in favor of the Chippewas right now over the Michigan State Spartans. Brendan Hauser with you, alongside Derek Steele. Derek, what do you think Michigan State's thinking coming into this third period?
They're down 1 goal. That's what they're. No. Seriously, just like I said for SAMU last period, keep your head up. Limit the mistakes. I feel like that second period for the Spartans got a little bit sloppy. They didn't do the best to protect Rorick. Just you got to capitalize off CMU's mistakes. They've kind of been few and far between, but you realize one good shot, you just got to put one past legal to tie this game up. You add another one, that 1 + 1 is 2, then you got the lead.
Well, and I think Michigan State's had 6 or 7 of those so far. It's been an insane period for them the first period, and then it kind of slowed down going into the second. But I feel like the coach is going to did talk about that. Dave Williamson, I think he did talk about that in the locker room, excuse me, as what the team can do better.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you said, Brendan. Dave Wilson, a first-year coach for...
You mean Williamson?
Williamson, excuse me. A first-year head coach for the Spartans. You got to think Michigan State's been in this position before, especially against CMU. It was a 2-1 final score last year and then a 3-1 final score down in East Lansing. So these scores, historically speaking at least, have been close.
I think this is going to propel whatever team wins into tomorrow as well down at Michigan State.
What a big game that's going to be at Munn. You excited to be able to go down to Munn, your first trip down there?
I'm so excited. First away trip with the team. It's going to be a fun one. Back with both of us down there, calling the game.
Some Sunday afternoon hockey to distract you from football. Big game for the Lions tomorrow though against the Browns.
McIntyre wins it back now with a shot. McIntyre getting pushed into the corner a little bit.
I feel like that's someone we really haven't talked about tonight is McIntyre. She's definitely had a good. Honestly, Brendan, there's no one from CMU that I look at and I've said, man, they've had a really bad game. It's been overall a really team effort so far tonight, even though all the scoring has come from that top line.
Borless out in front, shot. It was a pass to Whitus, and it goes just out of play.
Did the referee try and catch that puck first?
I didn't really see it there, Derek.
I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I'm officially going crazy. Is this AJR?
It absolutely is, Derek.
See, I know my music. I'm hip, as the kids would say.
Cash up to take it now. Michigan State regains possession, immediately lost to the Chippewas. Shot from them. Lavallee now with it, coming through to the offensive zone. Shot just wide. Muser now with it in the far corner. Pass intended for Kashyap, but is unable to get it. Here's Radman now back with it. It's tipped off the Chippewas and will stay in the zone. Radman elects to take it herself and will send it in. Icing is waved. Sato behind the net. Sato taking it through the neutral zone. Tries to make a move, but is unable.
Good play there from the Spartans. It was Hayes making the stop there on Sato.
Looks like it's going to be a delayed penalty on the Spartans. I believe it's going to be on for hooking.
There's Flegel going to the bench. So the Chippewas are going to be able to get an extra skater on the ice. It's Delray coming onto the ice.
Shot from the point. Tipped just wide behind the net. It will finally be touched by Michigan State at 17:46 remaining in the period.
Chippewas going on their fourth power play of the game. fifth, excuse me, 1 for 4 on the day is CMU. Who's that going to the bench or to the box? I believe.
Looks like Avery Hayes going for hooking, which puts Central Michigan on a power play.
MSU penalty.
Muser sends it down into the corner.
2 minutes for hook.
Angerman with a shot. Top shelf, she scores! Maisie Angerman from the middle of the offensive zone, top shelf, right over the top right, or excuse me, the right shoulder of Daria Rorick, putting the Chippewas up 3-1.
Man, what a game it's been for Angerman. Brendan, I almost took her for Light the Lamp. Kinda, not gonna lie to you, kinda wish I did now.
Angerman back in the center to take it. She'll win it back. Muser over. Sent up by Sato. Saudi to Angerman. Angerman through the middle. Juke. Shot is unable, set back out in front. Intercepted by Michigan State. Del Rey now with it. Sent up to Muser. Muser unable to keep it in. Lumpa chasing it down. Sato able to send it around before.
So it was Saudi and Muser with the 2 assists. So that's Saudi's 2nd assist of the night.
Lempa now with it. She'll try to get it to the middle. Save by Flegel.
Good save there by Flegel using, what is that, the elbow into the hip area of Flegel to be able to cover up that puck and get the whistle. Man, I really like what I've seen from Flegel, the sophomore, between the pipes tonight, Brendan. Building on a really strong freshman campaign. Her and Bree Schroer were the reason CMU won a lot of games last year. And so far it's been that way. As the Spartans are going to take a timeout. You know what, let's keep it right here. Brendan, what do you think about that?
Absolutely, and you know, I think this was a good decision by Coach Dave Williamson to take this timeout. You know, they just got scored on again to start the period on a penalty that they had on a blatant hooking in their zone. And I think what Coach Williamson is now saying is we've got to stay out of the box. We've got to stay on them, and we absolutely, overall, like I just said, stay out of the box. Because now I believe it's 2 of their goals, 2 of the Central Michigan goals have been on the power play. And I think that's what's been killing the Spartans over the span of this game.
No, I completely agree with what you said, Brendan. It's been, as I've mentioned coming into tonight, it's been the mistakes for the Spartans. We said that they had to limit mistakes, had to limit the amount of penalties they've had. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties so far for them, and that's a big reason of why they're down in this game.
Refs skating out to end the timeout. 16:54 remaining in the third period. 3-1 in favor of the Chippewas right now.
Quick score update for you Tigers fans. Guardians and Rangers still tied at 2 going into the top of the 7th inning. Tigers up a game on the Guardians. A loss here would push it to a game and a half, Brendan, meaning the Guardians, meaning a win for the Tigers tomorrow with Eric Skubal on the mound would clinch their first American League Central pennant since 2015.
Heaton to take it. She wins it back. Shot by Lempa just goes over. Williams now sends it down. Sent around by Horseman. Hubert will send it up to Nixon. Lavallee now with it through the neutral zone. Likes to turn and skate the other way. Horseman now sends it in. And here come Michigan State back the other way. Heaton takes it in. Loses it at the blue line, though. And it's Williams back with it. Has Nixon on the far side. Gets the pass over.
I'm surprised that's someone we haven't seen have a bigger impact on the game. Gabby Nixon for CMU, what a career she's had for this maroon and gold too, along with Delray, a very, very talented senior class this year. 11 seniors, as we've mentioned all night for CMU this year.
With a shot from Hubert just wide, Rorick will elect to hold it, stopping play. 15:49 remaining in the third period. Brendan Hauser and Derek Steele with you here at Martin Ice Arena. 3-1 in favor of the Chippewas right now, as McIntyre takes it for CMU. From the point, shot just wide from Whitus. Shot from Lapore now.
I'll be really interested to see what shots for this game are going to be. My educated guess would be Michigan State outshot the Chippewas in the first period, but it's been basically all CMU the second and third period, as shown on the score sheet.
Here comes Radman now. Lapore pokes it away. Borlas will send it back around. Shot over top. Another shot, and they'll call it a goal. Michigan State from a shot from the near side corner gets poked up by Flegel, and with a rebound, I believe it was Radman who poked it in. .15:01 remaining in the period.
If you're CMU, you can't let your foot off the gas too much here. So one score game now, Brendan. One shot from Michigan State can tie this game right back up.
Lou now with it, sends it back.
And goal scored by number 2, Lexi Redman. And assisted by number 6, Catherine
Sent in now by Larson.
Bannister. And number 20, Kelly Baranos.
Sato hits it in. Hayes now back with it. Hayes sends it up and around, gets it around Sato, and Muser will go back to receive it. Muser up the side. Intercepted by Michigan State, and here they come back the other way. Weishaus with it now in the corner. Sends it out, intended for Larson, gets past her, and it will be Piernot back to get it. Armstrong sends it down behind the net. There'll be a delayed penalty. Looks like it's going against the Spartans again.
That's the last thing you needed if you're Michigan State.
Vanessa Larson, I believe they'll get her on the hook, and they will, which puts Central Michigan on a power play at 13:48 remaining in the third period. On the far side, Dave Williamson's not too happy about the call. I bet arguing that she was battling for the puck. Here's Angerman to take it. Angerman wins it back. Lapore sends it over.
MSU penalty, number 25, Vanessa Larson.
White sends it down. Angerman now with it. Angerman skates along the top of the circle. Shot from the middle. Shot, she scores! Maisie Angerman with their third of the day. Let's make it a hat trick.
Man, what a game it's been for Maisie Angerman. We told you she liked scoring goals. It was a 50-goal season followed by a 96-goal season for the Chippewas forward. How about a 3-goal game that kicked off her sophomore year? 3 out of 4 CMU goals.
You know, that's 3 power play goals for the Chippewas now. What do you think, Derek, what do you think Dave Williamson is telling his team now?
Protect number 4 at all costs. Do not let her get the puck.
Number 4 for the hat trick, Lizzie
Angerman pressures Lempa. Now it's down to Del Rey. Angerman down to get it. It'll be sent up by the Spartans.
Whitus and Del Rey, the 2 assists on the game. So it's been a multiple point game for Del Rey, Angerman, and Saudi.
Lempa over, pass, out in front, shot, she scores! Maggie Lempo snapping back for the Spartans to make it 3-4 at 13:01.
What a shot there from the Spartans. Lempa with the goal. And Brendan, these Spartans aren't going to go down without a fight here tonight.
Maggie Lempa, the freshman out of Chicago, that's her first ACHA goal. Back in the Chippewas zone now.
So 22 seconds between the Angerman and Lempa goal.
Hubert now with it, sends it around. Sent up to Nixon. Nixon tries to tap it to Williams. Is unable. It's a little bit ahead. Williams now with it, sends it into the corner. Weishaus battling for it. Nixon pokes it out in front. Nixon now with it, back in the defensive zone, sends it over. Hortzman will send it up. And here comes Williams with it behind the goal line. Taking it all the way around. Tries to get to the middle, is unable. Here comes Radman now. A delayed penalty on the Chippewas. It'll go against number 87, Kaylee Windhurst, for tripping. Excuse me, it will be slashing. Putting the Spartans on a power play at 12:01 remaining in the third period. 4-3, once again the score in favor of the Chippewas. Radman to take it for the Spartans. Chippewas win it, they'll send it down. Kept in by Johnson, she'll send it down back to Radman. Radman now with it. Sent back to Johnson from the point, shot. Tipped out in front, and it's covered by Lainey Flegel, and she'll stop the play. Angerman to take it. Wins it back to Sato. Sato sends it up off the glass, kept in by Johnson, but here comes Angerman on the penalty kill. Through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Gets poked away. Here comes Heaton. Excuse me, that was Bannister. Angerman now back with it. A slap shot from the point. Routine save. Hayes will send it in. Muser now back behind the goal to get it. Sent out. The volley now with it. Sent over. Lempa now with it on the far side. Deke to the middle. Gets away from her though, and Nixon will recover it and take it up the far side.
I really like what CMU has done on this penalty kill, Brendan. It's what they've done all night. They've done a really good job of applying pressure to Michigan State and making them be basically perfect, which the Spartans have not been so far.
Shot from Lavallee, just poked wide by Flegel. Behind the net, out in front for Lavallee, shot, saved by Flegel. It'll be sent out by Lapori, and it'll go all the way down. Larson behind to pick it up, sent up to Lavallee. Lavallee over to Lempa. Lempa now from the blue line. Dekes around, is unable to keep a hold of it. Sent out by Nixon. Nixon will send it all the way down, and the Chippewas will get a line change.
No, they're saying that happened when the power play was over, so they're not going to give them the line change. CMU and the puck is going to come all the way back into their zone. Referees over there by the Chippewa bench having a conversation, explaining his reasoning to head coach Chris Haney.
Radman to take it for the Spartans. Wins it back. Sent up. Wilson sends it in. They'll say it's offsides. It'll be touched by the Spartans and it will come outside the zone.
That's something I've noticed from the Spartans a handful of times tonight, is that they haven't been able to control the line, and they've had the puck jump over the blue line and out of the zone.
Cash Up to take it. One back by Cash Up, but taken by the Spartans and a shot saved by Flegel.
Good save there by Flegel. I like her going high and then going back down to cover the puck. Just in case something funny happens, she's able to quickly get back down into the butterfly, but also it's easier to cover up that puck.
9:44 remaining in the period, won by the Spartans. Up top shot. Blocked off Lou.
CMU wanting a hooking call there, not gonna get one.
Armstrong now with it. Tries to get it to Lou and is unable, but it will end up back in the hands of Armstrong. Armstrong will send it in. Cash Up to chase it. Muser tried to keep it in, but is unable, and they'll say she touched it in the zone, resulting in an offsides.
I did not think the puck, she crossed the blue. I don't know, maybe she did. Referees have a better angle than us down on the ice.
Cash Up to take it. Heaton on the other side, won by Cash Up to Muser. Muser out to the far side for Sato. Sato sends it in. Armstrong up, chasing it. Spartans get it out, and it's Heaton with it now. Heaton will take it in. Lempo will end up with it right outside the blue line, resulting in them having to get it all out. Heaton now with it. Tries to get it in. Spartans will send it back. Larson sent it over, and it will end up getting back to Lempa. Lempa now at the blue line, sends it to the middle. Tries to get it to Heaton, just goes right over the stick. Sato sends it up. Angerman now with it. Del Rey right behind her. Angerman with a shot. Top left, and she scores. Top shelf for her fourth of the night.
Is that 4 now for Angerman tonight? Man, that would have been 8 points there, Brendan. And if only. No, but seriously though, another beautiful shot by Angerman. She's been going low all night. Finally is able to get lift from the puck. Hits it over the shoulder of Rorick and is able to get the insurance goal for CMU to make it 5-3.
Like Derek said, 5-3, 8:25 remaining in the third period in favor of the Chippewas. They'll win the face-off. Winter sends it over. Hortzman sends it over to Del Rey. Del Rey into the neutral zone, sends it over all the way to Saudi. Saudi now with it. Stops and takes a shot. Stopped by Rorick, and she'll like to hold it.
By the way, that for anyone keeping track at home, that is a hat trick for Maisie Angerman this period.
It's an impressive statistic for Maisie Angerman, one that she should be proud of after the game as well as just in general right now.
I'd be curious, not only who's the last women's player to have a hat trick in a period, who's the last CMU player to have a hat trick in a period?
Well, now the last one is Maisie Angerman.
Well, before that, you know what I meant. Man, though, Brendan, CMU's is gonna make it hard for us to choose our 3 stars tonight. There's multiple players with multiple points tonight.
Absolutely. Here come the Spartans. Hayes with it, shot. Saved by Flegel.
Good save there by Flegel. Gotta dance along to Miley Cyrus a little bit. Who doesn't love a good little party in the USA?
Heaton to take it, wins it back. Spartans now with it. Vranos sends it in. Behind the net. Lepori will send it around. Here comes Whitus with it. Whitus will take it all the way through. Passes to Nixon. Nixon kind of loses it. And it's sent out by the Spartans. Lepori now to get it. Pressure from Lempa. Lepori will send it all the way down. And it'll come back to Lepori, who will send it right back to the Spartans. Lempa on the far side now. Top of the circle, she shoots. Stopped by the Chippewas in front. Another shot from Michigan State. Rebound.
No
the
goal.
ref is saying no
They're
goal.
waving
It
it
was
off.
poked out from Flegel's glove and poked into the net. Lempa wants a goal. Oh! And a little pushing and shoving results in a punch.
I don't think the referee saw that punch. That's Reese Heaton, the captain, getting a good cheap shot in there. Man, we know Michigan State likes to get those dirty cheap shots in. Let's take it back to the tunnel fight. What was that, 2021, 22? 2022 against Michigan. Absolute cheap shot from Reese Heaton there. Absolutely no place for that in this sport.
It wouldn't be a rivalry game without a little pushing and shoving in front of the net, as the Chippewas will send it up. Here's Borlas now with it on the outside, pulls it in. Pulls it to the far side, is unable to get it off. And here comes Michigan State back the other way.
If only Borlas was able to get it to the backhand, she had Rourke completely beat. No tripping call coming up on Michigan State.
Sent down by the Chippewas, but they'll wave the icing. Borlas chasing it. Larson will send it up, and it'll go all the way down for icing, coming back down to the Michigan State zone.
Not saying that it's quite going to happen right now, but it's going to be interesting for me to see when Dave Williamson decides to pull his goalie. 6:23 remaining, down 2 goals. Got to keep an eye on Rourke between the pipes, because you know you're going to want to get that extra skater at some point.
Central Michigan's top line out. Angerman now with it. Angerman with it, pulls it out in front. Shot, saved by Rourke. It'll go back into the corner. Here's Saudi with it, pokes it to Angerman. Angerman with it behind the net now. Out in front, tries to get it to Del Rey, unable. Here comes the Spartans back the other way. Nohovig passes over to Heaton.
Ooh, heard that hit from up here.
Saudi battling for it now. It'll end in the hand of Hortzman, who will send it to Angerman. Angerman jukes one Spartan player. Shot, save, out in front. And Rourke will cover it just at the last second before Angerman's able to get there.
Okay, let's see if you know this, Brendan. Who was the last women's player before Maisie Angerman to score 4 goals in a game?
See, you said before Maisie Angerman, and that's where you got me. I don't know.
I will give you a hint. She is on the team right now.
Is it Kylie Del Rey?
It is not Kylie Del.
Ooh.
The one that comes to my mind, I don't know if Del Rey has one since then. You have to go all the way back to the 2022-23 season. It was Gabriella Nixon down in Lawrence Tech.
Spartans recover it in their zone. Center on the boards. Ends in the hands of Lempa. Lempa battling along the boards. Takes it below the goal line, where she'll take it just behind the net. Taking it out and around, Lempa's going to elect to carry it. All the way through the neutral zone. Lempa still has it, sends it into the Chippewas zone. Saudi sends it up to Del Rey. Del Rey pokes it up. Intended for Kashyap, but is unable to get there. Gets back to Del Rey, where it's poked away by Michigan State, and they'll come back. Lempa passes over. Hayes now with it. Lempa stops it at the blue line. Del Rey with it. Sent over. to Lou. Lou will get it at least into the zone. Kashep will poke it in. Sent all the way down by Michigan State. They'll wave the icing. Sato back to get it. Sato leaves it for Muser. Muser now with it. Chipped up by a Chippewa. It'll get all the way back into the Spartans' defensive zone where they'll pass it right back up. Sato pressuring now. We'll send it up to the Spartans' defense. Frano sends it up to Bannister. Bannister with a shot just wide ends up in the hands of Sato. Sato in the far corner sends it over to Muser. Muser back to Sato. Loses it a little bit. Sato able to get a pass off to Williams. Williams up to Nixon. Nixon now with it into the neutral zone. With a shot between the Spartans player's legs, and it'll be tipped wide by Rorick. Williams chasing it. Nixon poking it free. Nixon behind the net now. Williams with it at the hash marks, far side. Out in front with a shot saved by Rorick. Huber
now
with a shot
Rorick's
and a little
getting
bit of
a
a
few
scrum.
cheap shots in. Referee has to get this game under control. You gotta think how much of this is gonna bleed into tomorrow as well, Brendan. Not only do you not need any injuries, you don't need any suspensions as well if you're either team.
It was Brooke Hubert with the shot, and they'll end up taking Brooke Hubert, and I believe that was assistant captain Reese Heaton on another penalty.
I believe it might actually be Bannister.
It will be Bannister
It
because
is
Heaton's on the
Bannister.
ice. It'll lead to a 4-on-4 with 3:29 remaining in the third period. Once again, 5-3 in favor of the Chippewas. Brendan Hauser with Derek Steele.
Now, okay, I like it that you call penalties here, but you call it on both teams, because what's that doing is that sending a message that we're not going to pit up with this post-whistle fighting, and you're punishing both teams.
Nixon sends it out in front, ends up back in the hands of Hortzman. Hortzman with a shot, just wide. Williams now with it, behind the net. Williams with it, takes it to the hash marks, turns to Windhurst. Windhurst with a shot off the Spartan leg. Windhurst tries to get it back in, gets it down to Williams.
The penalty for Michigan State was not on the player Bannister in the box. It's on Rorick, with Bannister serving the penalty, because obviously you can't pit your goalie in the penalty, even though that would be pretty cool to see.
That'd be a very interesting sight to see. Here's Nixon with it over the blue line.
That, and then if you get a bench minor, your head coach has to go serve 2 minutes in the box.
Johnson with it. We'll send it up to Wilson. Wilson will poke it in. Here's Hortzman back in the defensive zone to the Chippewas. Sends it all the way up. Sends it to Angerman. Angerman now with it to the neutral zone. Angerman still with it. Takes it. Tries to get it to someone in front of the net. No one's there, though.
I guarantee you that's where that fifth skater was supposed to be, right where Angerman pit that puck back door.
37 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Del Rey with a shot saved by Rorick. Goes wide. Spartans will send it all the way down. Refs will signal icing, and it will come right back down to the Spartan zone.
And that's a play there by Angerman that you practice 100 times in practice as 5-on-5. I bet you any money it's probably Del Rey who's supposed to be sitting, if not Saudi, supposed to be just sitting back door for Angerman just to do that little deke pass, pit it in for a backdoor shot. Beautiful play design there from CMU. Unfortunately, no one was home.
The volley with it, down the corner. Here comes Del Rey to get it. Radman and Del Rey battling for it. Radman ends up back with it, sends it around the far side. Widest pressuring. Ends up poking it back into the corner where Johnson scoops it up and skates with it. Tries to get it out. Del Rey pokes it back in. Angerman behind the net. It's back to 5-on-5. Battle along the near side boards. They'll call a hand pass on the Chippewas on number 18, Zoe Saudi, and it'll go, I believe, back to the Chippewas zone. Never mind,
Update.
it'll just come out of the zone for the Chippewas on the hand pass. Now, Derek, I'll let you do the update because I just saw the same play you did.
Update from the Cleveland Guardians game. Runners on first and third, 2 outs for the Rangers. Still a 2-2 tie. Just a botched double play from the Guardians. Oh, you gotta catch that as a first baseman. But back to action on the ice.
Vranos with a shot just over the net. 1 minute in the third period, 5-3.
I'm surprised you're keeping Rourke on the ice.
Lempa over. Vranos with it, tries to get it over as no one's there. Shot from below the goal line. Here comes the Chippewas. Chippewas will try to get it out. And they won't be able to get it out. Vranos keeps it in, but it will end up coming out to Heaton. Heaton sends it over. Weishaus with it with a shot just wide. Sato sends it out. Excuse me, Muser sends it out. As two Chippewa players collide in the center of the ice, here comes the Spartans. Shot from Heaton, stopped by Muser. Muser will send it out. They'll say it's tipped, no icing on the play. Larson with it back in her own zone. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will be the game. The Chippewas end up winning 5-3 in regulation. What a game for the Chippewas. Specifically, Maisie Angerman and Kylie Del Rey. Maisie Angerman scoring 4 goals, a hat trick in the third alone. Just what a game in general.
Yeah, we'll talk about this more in depth in our post-game show, Brendan. We'll be back with that after this break.
Welcome back here to Martin Ice Arena, 5-3 in favor of the Chippewas, the final score. Let's do one last out-of-town score check. Derek, what do you got?
Yeah, I got the D1 team lost 11-2 to Cincinnati. What are they, the Bearcats? Wow, Bearcats? That sounds right.
Sounds correct.
As of right now, the Bearcats. Someone in the comment section will probably correct us if they're not the Bearcats. But for right now, the Cincinnati Bearcats, they lost 11-2. The Division III team, after losing 2-0 right here last night to GVSU, they're in Grand Valley tonight. They're down 2-0 after one period. The Saginaw Spirit at last check are down 7-3, about halfway through the third period. And the game, I don't know about you, Brendan, I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a big Tigers fan. Grew up a Giants-Tigers fan, so I'd love to see them clinch a division title right now. They are currently tied, or sorry, the Guardians are currently still tied 2-2 to the Texas Rangers. Cade Smith, unfortunately, I'll show my bias a little bit, unfortunately got out of that 8th inning unscathed.
With that, let's take a look at our impact players of the game. Our first was Kylie Del Rey. What a game from her. I mean, we came into this, we were like, it's an easy pick to go Kylie Del Rey as an impact player. As much of the joke as it is, it was true. I mean, she led the team in points last year, and she came in and scored a few goals, and she just had a great game. I don't even have words for that.
I wouldn't even say that it's a joke, because the fact of the matter is Kylie Del Rey is the leading points getter for CMU the last 3 seasons. You know, it's one thing if you do it once. I think once is a coincidence, once is something that happens, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. So the fact that we've seen her lead the team in scoring the last 3 years, that has to be a pattern for the senior Kylie Del Rey. And man, what a game Maisie Ingerman had. 4
Absolutely.
goals, a hat trick in the third period. Unofficially, until I am corrected, it's the first 4-goal game since Gabriella Nixon back in 2022-23 season against Lawrence Tech. Down in Lawrence Tech had a 4-goal game in that game.
Let's take a look at MSU, our impact players. We had Heaton. She had a great game. Although coming away with a loss, she did play really good. Her passes were tape to tape almost every time. She had a lot of time in the offensive zone with the puck. I mean, what do you think mainly about that?
Yeah, no, Reese Heaton still had a really good game. So did Daria Rorick, who you'll get to in a minute. But Heaton had a really good game. The one kind of thing I'll say about Heaton, and this goes for both teams realistically, they let their emotions get out of control a little bit in that third time. We saw that completely unacceptable, I don't know if you want to call it a punch, a face grab, whatever you want to call that from Heaton that didn't get called. Perfect timing by her, by the way, to do it when the referee's back's turned. If you want to get a cheap shot in like that, that's exactly the time to do it. But overall, a really good game for Reese Heaton and Daria Rorick.
Daria Rorick, I mean, coming into the season, we knew she was going to be good. You can look at stats and say someone's going to be good. But for her to play that good of a game, she had some amazing saves, including one that she was on her back for. I mean,
Yep.
As much as you were like, she shouldn't be on her back, it was a great save.
It was a really good save, and at the end of the day, it's how you stop the puck that matters. It's the fact that you don't let the puck go past the goal line that matters. If you have to be on your butt, if you have to be on your head, if you have to be on your neck, if you have to be on your side. Well, hopefully you're not on your or on your head unless you're Amon-Ra St. Brown in Green Bay. But no, nonetheless, really good game from Daria Rorick. Obviously, the stat sheet will say otherwise. I'll be interested to see how many shots CMU has tonight. But overall, really good showing for the junior Rorick.
Moving into some of the keys to the game we talked about starting off on the right foot. I think as they started off on the right foot. A win for the first game is starting off on the right foot, at least to me.
Yeah.
And then we said keep a level head. We saw that, I would say, up until about middle of the third period. After that, we saw both teams show some emotion, and that's when the coincidentals happened and both of them were sent to the box.
Yeah, I think realistically, it's 3 penalties plus the offsetting coincidentals for CMU. That's a really good game. CMU is a team that last year struggled to stay out of the penalty box. They constantly were shooting themselves in the foot. Really good job staying out of the penalty box, but also a really good job of capitalizing on Michigan State's penalties. I don't have it in my notes. It's 3 power play goals, I believe, for CMU tonight.
And then our last key to the game was open the floodgates early. And although it wasn't early, man, as soon as we hit that third period, oh man, did the floodgates open.
I don't think it realistically was the team who opened the floodgates. It was Maisie Angerman who opened the floodgates with the 3 goals. But no, a really good showing all around from the team. I mentioned it in that third period. It's really hard to choose our 3 stars of the game because it was such an overall team effort. This is one of those games where you kind of almost want to throw out the 3 stars of the game and just say, hey, it's a team effort. Everyone's the first star.
Absolutely. You want to start us on the 3rd star, and we'll work our way up.
Yeah, so the 3rd star tonight is Kaylee Windhurst, 2 assists for her. Really good showing, especially defensively for Windhurst. I love the communication from her on the defensive side, and overall, just really good game from Windhurst.
You know, moving into our second one, like, it was 2 very obvious ones in my opinion. and I think right off the bat, we had these 2. And we have to move into Kylie Del Rey. And number 2, she
Goal
had
and assist.
one heck of a game. Honestly, she had the goal and assist. She was in the play every time. She was on the puck every single time she didn't have it. So I think that complements what happened with our next person. Not to move into it too early, but it complements it.
Yeah, no, I really like what Kylie Del Rey did tonight. She is the motor to this offense. When Kylie Del Rey is on her game, that's when this offense is clicking, and that's when this offense is at their top game. I'd love to see a little bit more scoring from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th line, which you'll get as the season goes on, without a doubt. I'm honestly really surprised we didn't see more from the likes of Brooke Hubert, Gabriella Nixon. Saudi had 2 assists tonight on that top line, but she didn't get a goal. We as in CMU have scoring up and down the roster, and I think it's just kind of a flip of the coin of who's going to have a big game. Tonight it was Ingerman. Tomorrow it could be a Kylie Del Rey. It could be a Brooke Hubert. It could be someone like a Carly Sato, for example, to have a big game.
Absolutely. And I mean, moving into our number 1 star, it was kind of an obvious pick in our opinion. With a hat trick in the 3rd, 4 goals on the night, it had to be Maisie Angerman.
Yeah, what a game it was for Maisie Angerman. Almost 4 goals and an assist. I still love that backdoor pass from her.
Absolutely.
When it was 4-on-4. And that's one of those plays where if it's 5-on-5 hockey, you probably have the likes of a Kylie Del Rey or a Zoe Saudi just sitting, waiting backdoor to put that puck. She had Rourke completely beat and committed on her side. It's almost like that's what happens when you score 4 goals in a game. The goalie's going to naturally pay more attention to you. But what a game from her. And also, I just want to give a quick shout out. What a game from Zoe Saudi as well.
Absolutely.
We mentioned the 2 assists. Really, like I said, a really team effort win today. Lainey Flegel with a really good game between the pipes, making some key saves for CMU. Again, it's one of those games, like I said a few minutes ago, where it almost feels like you don't want to give out 3 stars and you just say, you know what, everyone gets the 1st star. A really good team win tonight for win number 1.
Absolutely. And moving into the next few games, especially for this Chippewa team, they play Michigan State tomorrow at Munn Ice Arena. And that is going to be a great game, especially after we saw in the 3rd period. I think they're going to move into it with that revenge factor for MSU.
Yeah, I'm really going to be interested to see how much emotion comes out from Michigan State, especially early in the game. I know Reese Heaton and her team's going to have it firing tomorrow. CMU's got to watch out. It's an hour drive down to Munn, and I know Michigan State's gonna take that hour. It's like what I said 2 years ago with CMU losing at Munn Ice Arena. The vibes were off on the bus ride back here, and then the next day they came out firing on all cylinders to get the series split against Michigan State. If you're CMU, you got to watch out for the same thing from Michigan State tomorrow.
You can watch that right here on CCHN at 3:30 tomorrow. Another CMU team, the Division I team at Ohio State, at Ohio State, October 3rd versus Toledo. That'll be a really good game. That's going to be streamed on the Instagram page for CMU Division I. And then CMU Division III versus Cincinnati, October 3rd. Versus Cincinnati, and then October 3rd versus MSU. Anything else do you have, Derek?
No, nothing else. Just a really good team win from CMU. Good first call for you. Welcome to CCHN. You officially got 1 broadcast in the books. How do you feel after your first CMU win?
A little nerve-wracking on the first period, but you know, it came out really well, and honestly, it was a great game overall from both teams.
Yeah.
With that, that's going to wrap up our coverage here at Martin Ice Arena, 5-3 in favor of the Chippewas. We'd like to remind you that tonight's broadcast is a copyrighted presentation of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, the CMU Club Hockey Network, and Moore Hall Television. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the ACHA, CCHN, or MHTV.
First, really quickly, before you sign off for tonight, I got some big thank yous to give. I want to give a big thank you to Jim Young and company, Mike Potter over at Moore Hall Television, for lending out all this equipment to allow us to be on air. I want to give a big thank you to our producer / cameraman, Trenton Murphy. Good job, Brendan, on your first call. And just thank you to you, the viewers, for tuning in.
Reminder, 5-3 in favor of the Chippewas. From the rest of the crew, Derek Steele, and along with myself, Brendan Hauser. Have a wonderful night.